I think one of the worst things that can happen to someone is if they wake up in the morning and they see that their bank account is frozen. Or even worse, they've taken the money out of their bank account. Who are they? Debt collectors from a default judgment, from a lawsuit, or even from a lawsuit where the individual did know that they were getting sued and they just didn't respond. This is happening every day. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get your money back and get that default judgment overturned so you can be able to fight another day. And I know that this is important because it does not feel good when you wake up in the morning and they've taken your money or they've frozen your bank account, and that means that you have no access to your money. You can't pay the bills, you can't go and get groceries, car payment is due, rent or mortgage is due, insurance, and it just means that you're not taking care of your family. And I know that that could feel depressing. It could put a lot of stress with you. It could put a lot of stress with the family. And you want to protect your money. You want to protect you and your family's lifestyle. And I know that I've went through it myself. Unlike other people who might be out there making videos just for views, I do this because I've actually experienced this in my life. I know what it feels like to have these debt collectors and original creditors breathing down your neck, and it's just like they don't seem to understand. And I want to give you solutions. And for you to be able to accomplish what's going to need to be done, you need to start feeling good about yourself. In the first place, the first thing you need to do to start feeling good about yourself is to feel good about yourself and to know that you can accomplish this. And I'm going to give you the steps and some options that you need to take so you can start to see that light at the end of the tunnel. So you could say, okay, I know what I need to do, and at least I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then it's up to you to, to take that that information and do something with it. So the first thing, the options, is if you have a default judgment, this is how most people end up in this situation, is that they do not respond to the lawsuit. When you don't respond to the lawsuit, you are like telling the court, I don't want to have my rights. So there is no violation of your rights because you've given up your rights. So when you don't respond to the initial lawsuit, you are giving up your rights. But I know that that's easier said than done because people don't just give up their rights. People don't respond because they don't know what to do or know what to say. So it's not that simple. And I know this because I went through it before. I did get a default judgment also. And so I know the reason why people don't respond, even if they are served, is they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to say it. All of these problems. And then people say, well, why don't you go get a lawyer? Well, that is easy for you to say. When you're struggling financially, the last thing you're going to want to do is to go and pay a lawyer $2,500 to end up not having a defense on the case, because they're going to basically push you into a settlement. And the reason why they're going to push you into a settlement is not because they necessarily want to get you into a settlement, is because they cannot say what you would be able to say for yourself in court. Lawyers are bound by, and this is why attorneys push people into settlements unless there's just an outright violation that they could see, is because they cannot go into court and say, you didn't have that account. If a debt collector buys your account, you can go into court and say, I didn't have that account with them, because there's no evidence showing that you had that account with them other than them purchasing that debt. An attorney cannot say that because they are a bridge. And so they're going to push you into a settlement. Don't take my word on it. Go and look that up. Look up the cases for yourself. So now, it's really going to boil down to two main options. And this is gonna, the options really go with what you feel the best doing. Option number one is going to deal with filing the appropriate documents to get the case reopened and your money back. But also what you feel like doing, because you're going to have to go to court. You would have to go to court. You know, these debt collectors are in business to make money, and even if you have the appropriate documentation to overturn the case, which would be your right if you got a default judgment, you still have to feel like going in there and doing what's going to be necessary, not where you would have to talk, just being able to go to court. And remember what I said earlier, if you don't feel good about something, you're not going to do it. So you have to determine, do you feel like that's something that you would want to do? If that's something that you would want to do, then your choice would be to motion to get the case reopened, and you need to make sure that you put a defense to be able to overcome the case, because they're going to more than likely try to bring the case back. That takes some work, takes some studying, but this is something that you can do for yourself. The next thing is you can settle the case, where you just say, hey, I don't want to go through the work of getting the case reopened, fighting the case. I don't want to have to go to court, but I would want to settle the case. Now, you have to be careful, because if you hire an attorney to settle the case, they're going to charge you 25% of the gross. So now, let me tell you how this works. I've been through this, so I know. I've been through it on both sides, where I utilized an attorney and I was like, this was crazy. Why did I do this? And then I've utilized where I did it myself. Now, here are the pros and cons. If you utilize one of these debt settlement companies, or you utilize an attorney, they're going to charge you 25% on top of the settlement. Let me give you an example. You have a debt that's $10,000. They settle it for half. That's 50 cents on the dollar. That's $5,000. The attorney is going to charge you $2,500 for doing that settlement. So $5,000 plus $2,500. And you might be saying, well, God, I mean, you did save $2,500, but $2,500 on top of the $5,000, that could be pretty tough for people to deal with. If you go to a debt settlement company, they're going to charge you 25% also. And, you know, that's your choice. That's what they charge for their service. Now, the problem, though, is the next thing is that people say, well, I want to do it myself. Here's the cons of doing it yourself, is that you open yourself up to them asking a lot of personal information. And guess what? When you're in an adversarial situation with these debt collection lawyers, if you just understand this is what they believe about you, is that you are lying about everything. That's what they believe. Don't go into any conversation with a debt collector thinking that they believe everything good about you. No, they believe that you're lying and hiding money and don't want to pay. What's their basis on that? You had a charge off, and they're collecting on a debt that was charged off. So they have a basis behind it. That's why they believe that way. That's why they're going to be hard asses on doing anything with you. So the pros and cons of it is that if you do it yourself, you're going to open the door up for them to ask you a lot of personal questions. If you don't want to answer that question, guess what? You're lying. So now you're like, Steve, okay, well, what are my options? I don't want to have to pay 25% on top of this to be able to settle the debt. And also, I want to get my case reopened. I do want to get my case reopened so I can get my money back or unfreeze my account. But I don't want to have to pay an attorney to do it, because they're going to charge me $2,500 or more just to do that. And that's not counting the billable hours after they get your case reopened. So I'm going to give you some options. You can contact us at thecreditrepairshop.com, or you can go to summonsmaster.com and contact us. If your account is frozen, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. Summons Master is not built to handle cases where you have a default judgment. You're going to need to contact us through the Contact Us form on Summons Master. Or you go to the Credit Repair Shop and you contact us through there also, through the live chat. Because this is going to have to be something that's done special. But here's the benefit, is if we do this for you, we're going to guarantee that your default judgment will be overturned. And if they've been garnishing your wages or froze your bank account, it will get unfrozen so you can move forward on paying the bills that you got to pay for your family and taking care of getting the groceries, car payments, all of that stuff. If they have taken your money, you will get all of your money back. You will get all of your money back so you can live to fight another day. Within your reopening your case, we will also include a defense to stop them from refiling the case. This is something that we specialize in, because Summons Master was built to fight cases, but when you have a default judgment, you've already given up your right to fight the case. So we have to get the judge to understand, to get your case reopened, get your money back, unfreeze your account, whatever needs to be done on that side, but also put forth a defense to help you win that case. So if you have been sued, you have a default judgment, you want to get your money back, you want to unfreeze your account, go to summonsmaster.com, or you can go to creditrepairshop.com. In the live chat, put your contact information in there. We will contact you. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at creditrepairshop.com. Watch video What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website, your3scores.com. The links, I'm showing them right here. And if you have debt collectors coming after you with debt collection letters, you can stop them early. You can grab my 3-pack of letters. The link is below this video. Or you can go to Summons Master and create an exclusive certified debt validation letter that can stop debt collectors in their track. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com and creator and founder of summonsmaster.com. Thank you.